Hi students, welcome to this course, PLC Automation, an Introduction to Programmable Logic Controller. I am Professor Yao. The example of each compare function, the keyword, equal to, not equal, greater than or equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to. Assume that A, the standard for comparison, is placed in operand 2. A is set at 182. Then B, the number to be compared to A, will be placed in operand 1. We are therefore comparing the value of B to the value of A, 182. Equal is true only if B exactly 182 also. Not equal is true if B is 181 or less, or if B is 183 or more. Greater than or equal to is true only when B is 182 or less. Less than is true only when B is 183 or more. Greater than is true only when B is 181 or less. Less than or equal to is true only when B is 182 or more. In figure 12.2a, the block format, the two numbers being compared are operand 1 and operand 2. One operand can be a constant, the other a register. Both operands may also be registers that contain numerical values. The identification number of the register would be specified in the functional block. When the function is enabled by the input contact, the comparison is made. If the comparison is true, the output goes on. If the comparison is not true, the output goes off or stays off. Figure 12.2b is one type of the coil format. For figure 12.2b, the type of comparison, for example, equal to, is entered in the 37 coil center, not shown. Logic on, number output 1 and output 2 equal. And in 71 on energized output 106 through 37 input contact. Figure 12.2c is another coil type format, similar to figure 12.2b, but on one line only. For figure 12.2c, we show a function for equal to for illustration. If the number in location 30 is equal to 225, output 22 is energized. The comparison in some PLC is made continuously as long as the enable is on. It makes the comparison on each scan. In some other PLC, the comparison is made only at the time the enable goes on. To make another numerical comparison, the input must go off and then back on. The patterns of two basic compare functions are normally similar. Figure 12.2 shows three formats of layout that may be used for any compare function. The only difference between the two basic functions would be the coil destination and the mathematical manipulation by the PLC CPU. Figure 12.2a, the block format. Figure 12.2b shows the coil format. Figure 12.2c shows another coil format. Figure 12.2 shows typical PLC compare functions. PLC-based comparison function applications. The keywords: PLC process control, both direct and derived functions, equal to and greater than or equal to, in combinations, process application, and individual compare application. This section illustrates the use of each of the 6 compare functions in PLC process control situations. Both direct and derived functions are shown for each example. Note that only the equal to and the greater than or equal to compare function are the same for derived and the direct function systems. It shows one process application with 2 compare functions used in combinations and an industrial compare application. The equal to compare function. The keywords: towers, counter functions, running count. The comparison is true. Bundle removal and system reset system. We are bundling towers into bundle of 40. A counter function keeps track of the count of the number of towers in the bundle as they are added. The tower counters count number is kept in holding register number 5. The running count is compared to 40 as shown in figure 12.3. When the count reaches 40, the comparison is true and the output control relay 19 goes on. Output control relay 19 is connected to the bundle that operates when 40 is reached. The bundle removal and the system reset systems are not shown. The count in holding register number 5 must be in the correct numbering system. We are comparing to a decimal 40, so holding register number 5 must be in decimal for proper operation. Another equal to application is also shown in figure 12.3. An output must go on when two numbers are equal. The two numbers to be compared and fed from the outside process into holding register 123 and holding register 147 for the illustration. When enabled, output coil 101 will come on anytime the numbers in the two registers are equal. This picture shows equal to compare functions. Comparison to 40, comparison of two varying numbers, homework. Handwriting of keywords and submitting them to Coach Facebook. Just do the online quiz and see you next time.